I did call Dean and said, hey, what happens if I do this? He says, it might not work. Just try it. And so we came in with the spread axles, so there was 2 in the back solid, and then 1 on the right side, and then nothing on the left side. And so I drove it home empty that way, and I went to the guy that did all my mechanical work, and I said, I got this problem. Let's call the guy, the axle guy. Axle Master was who he was. And I said, oh no, he died. There's nobody around that does it. Well, who does it? Nobody. So I started calling all around. The closest I find someone was in LA. I said, I'm not going to drive my truck all the way to LA. Pull this trailer down there to this guy. And he said, well, I don't know. I said, can you take that axle off? He says, oh yeah, we can take it off. So we took the axle off, put the axle in the back of my pickup, and I called the Axle Master and I said, you know, how do you work? He says, well, we got an appointment. How about tomorrow? Yeah, if you come in at 7:30 tomorrow, we can do it for you. So I got up early and went down there, and there was this place at 7:30 with my pickup. He goes, where's the, it's in the back of the pickup. I said, oh, I thought I'd bring it to the trailer. But no. So he had a forklift, put it out, and ended up cutting the thing off. He says, oh, this is a 5321 or something like that. He knew exactly what spindle it was. And I said, how did you know that? And we took me around the back, and there's this shelves, and they had so many of this kind, so many of that kind. It says these are all the different spindles for all the different trailers. And this is yours. And they had I thought they turned the axle right there, but he had them done ahead of time, and then he'd weld them on. And they had lathes and stuff, and they just make them all exactly the right size, and the little screws on them. They have a little nut that goes on the outside of it and stuff, and it's all made perfect. And it took them about 3 hours to fix it, and I put it back in my pickup and went back. Actually, then I went over to the place to buy all the hardware that had burned up and stuff, the brake shoes and the brakes and hubs and stuff like that. And I got a hub, and it was from a good place that the guy sent me to, but it turned out it was made in China. It was a hub that was made in China. And about 3 or 4 months later, and the mechanic put it all together, and like in 3 or 4 days, I had the thing running again.